City Council members, with the construction of our community's new city center, I propose that we include educational zones where children are able to spend supervised time playing. Play is the mechanism by which children learn how they experience their world, practice new skills, and internalize new ideas, and is therefore the essential work of children. My goal is to create a place where children can safely develop motor skills, cognitive functions, and healthy relationships with parents and other children. Each room will be designed to specifically target the developmental requirements for each age in a concurring stage of development, physically, cognitively, and psychosocially. Physical and cognitive development skills are the building blocks where parents can begin to nurture and develop their children. Children are beginning to explore and learn new things about themselves and their surroundings. Motor skills are important to infant development as they will aid in their ability to become aware of their head, arms, legs, and body. Encouraging children to sit unassisted, pull themselves up, will aid in the muscle development that will later allow the child to walk. Fine motor skills can also be explored while the child begins to reach for things and pick them up or throw them. Having parents sit with their children on a soft mat and gently pull the baby forward into a sitting position. Do this several times if the baby enjoys the activity. This activity helps babies develop strength and motor control in their trunks. Cognitive and psychosocial development is important for infants to begin learning about cause and effect and becoming familiar and bonded with the caregiver. When infants are born, they already have the ability to determine the different sensations and how they feel about them. From birth, infants can smell, taste, hear, respond to touch, and at 12 weeks can see colors. Cognitive learning is crucial at this point to further their developmental process. Activities such as simple musical instruments offer children a chance to figure out how objects work and to connect with their own actions with outcomes. This can lead to greater sense of self-awareness and increased control over their environments. While safety is always a factor, especially with the oral fixation and need to place things in their mouths, I have chosen an item that I believe will help the growth of infant children. Babies R Us has a foam floor alphabet puzzle mat that is vibrant in color and also a soft area for infants to lie on and engage in other activities without the risk of being hurt. It is also very easily cleaned with sanitary wipes in order to keep children from spreading illnesses. As children approach the ages of 1 and 3, they're beginning to use two-word speech to describe what they see and what they're experiencing. Toddlers are also beginning to tune fine motor skills, learning independence, and understand that some objects go together and can be used in sequence. For example, they can put a doll in bed, cover with a blanket, and indicate shush with a finger on their lips. Puzzles and building blocks of all shapes and sizes are a great way for toddlers to learn problem-solving methods. As children are exposed to these types of activities, they learn to develop solutions which boost their confidence and their ability to solve problems. Without the frustration of precise puzzle pieces, early versions allowed toddlers to explore different sizes and shapes and gain understanding of size dimensions and the concept of in and out. Researchers have found that children ages 2 to 5 in child care experience less than 60 minutes of moderate to vigorous physical activity in an 8-hour day, which is less than the recommended levels of activity by the National Association for Sports and Physical Education. Having activities that keep children moving and exerting energy is one way we can fight the onset of childhood obesity. Toddlers can expand their vocabulary and gain self-esteem and their problem-solving abilities from having building blocks. A company that I have researched is melissaanddoug.com. There we can purchase jumbo-sized and small blocks for toddlers to learn and explore with. Safety and sanitation is always a concern, and these blocks are easily sanitized and are also soft. Blocks with animals, words, letters, and colors can also be purchased in order to influence further learning. Early childhood, 3 to 6 years old, is where children begin to develop the psychosocial skills of initiative versus guilt. Philosopher Erik Erikson's theory of psychosocial development explains why it is important to allow children to initiate doing activities with other children. If this tendency is squelched, either through criticism or control, children develop a sense of guilt. They may feel like a nuisance to others and will therefore remain followers lacking self-initiative. In activities such as playing school or basketball will allow for each child to take a leadership role in either being the teacher or a team captain. In order for psychosocial development to form properly, each child must be allowed to find their own independence within other groups of children. A purchase I believe would be beneficial to developmental growth in early childhood is allowing children to write on the walls. HomeDepot.com sells flat black chalkboard paint that can easily be painted halfway up the walls on or entire wall. This is a very cost-effective way to have a space where children can draw pictures and practice their writing skills. For children ages 7 to 12, having an activity that keeps them moving and learning at the same time is vital. A garden area where children can learn about science and grow their own food teaches them responsibility by maintaining watering cycle on plants while also learning how to care for living things. At this stage in cognitive and psychosocial development, children are interested in concrete rules. They can find solutions to complex problems that they can be found in a step-by-step fashion. Showing children what is necessary to keep plants growing and thriving is a great way to educate them, also while giving them a sense of ownership and pride in their hard work. Having an area where children can practice real-world skills such as using money and receiving change from a grocery store or using tools to fix something is essential to their development. Setting up an area that resembles a grocery store where items can be readily found there will allow children to play and learn at the same time. Having a register with pretend money will build out math skills, and children will be able to interact with one another in a cashier customer sort of way. At the stage in psychosocial development, the child now feels the need to win approval by demonstrating specific competencies that are valued by society and begin to develop a sense of pride in their accomplishments. Giving children a store of their own to stock and run is one way we can promote healthy psychosocial development. Adolescent, 13-18 years old, is the time to start teaching children how to make the healthiest choices when it comes to food. As most children this age range will begin making their own food, it is essential that we teach them about what their bodies need in order to keep their bones, minds, and bodies strong. Having a class that teaches children how to cook or even make healthy snacks is a great way for parents to get involved with their children and learn with them as well. Teaching adolescent children the importance of just eating a well-balanced breakfast can put them on the road to success. It is recommended that adolescents receive at least 60 minutes of activity each day. Motivating teens to leave behind the TV, video games, and cell phones may seem impossible, but choosing an activity that appeals to them and includes everyone of all physical abilities is one way to get them active. The underlying assumption is that there will be a positive experience in childhood or adolescence, and the behavior will then track into adulthood, when it is more likely to provide physiological benefits. Running has become the new trend, but not just any kind of running. Group 5Ks that are themed and are good for a good cause is a great way to include everyone while teaching the children to care about their community. Zazzle.com is a company that specializes in customized t-shirts. It's a great way to get the kids involved in designing shirts and get them motivated to exercise. We can also include everyone from parents and even the family dog. Setting up a running location can be easily coordinated with law enforcement, and sponsors can be brought in to make finishers medals. We can also make the event more fun by adding a few obstacles like water and mud. Running alone may not seem like much fun, but adding a few things that can make an activity such as this one appealing to everyone of all ages and physical ability. Having separate rooms and activities that are specific to the needs for each stage of development for our children will not only benefit them now, but also in the future. We have the chance to give our children and our community a healthy place to grow and play safely, all while learning valuable skills that will help them while they grow into adulthood. For parents who may not know the specifics of what each age group may need in order to promote healthy growth, this center can be a great place for them to learn as well. Using some ideas that I have presented to you, our community center can be a place where children develop healthy relationships while also physically and cognitively benefiting from the activities I have planned. I hope you consider the specific needs of each child and allow this to become a place of learning and growth. I thank you for your time and your consideration.